I know. Break you in, then. Get us every day.
Alright boys, we picked up Steve again. This is another one of those things where we were like, you know what? It rained earlier. This is the same day as Cars and Coffee, so if you guys watched that video, this is after that. But it rained, so we all went home. Now it's sunny and super duper nice out, so we're out riding again. So, yeah. So we're going out riding. I guess we're just gonna see where we end up. I promise you, eventually I'll have some topics to talk about, but this is gonna be another one of those random, just whatever comes to mind videos. So, good luck. It's a nice Tacoma. I miss my Tacoma, man. I think I was talking about that in my last video, which was this morning. So, oh, I need to order a wind muff. I forgot again. Every time I stop, I like hold my breath because I don't want to hear myself breathing. It's weird. Look at that crisscross grass. They've been doing that for years, and when it's fresh cut, it looks so good. I still don't know. Okay, so I still don't know if I should be cussing on YouTube. Like, I don't know how that affects. Oh, it's green, dude. I don't know how that affects how many people watch it or how many people are exposed to the video. And I also don't know if I really want to cuss a bunch and then put it on YouTube. So I guess I could talk a little bit about the bike situation. So I think I've decided that I'm going to trade this in. Maybe not immediately unless I find a really good deal, but I think I'm going to trade this in the spring. I'm going to get this through spring, kind of baby it a little bit so I don't have to worry about the recall and stuff. But for those of you that didn't watch my previous videos, this bike has an open recall on it right now, and I believe it's for the camshaft. I can't remember exactly what the dealer said, but it needs to be taken to the dealer and they need to evaluate whether or not I need the part. If I do need the part, then they have to measure and get it specially machined for my bike. And apparently the guy said that he has a bike that's just like mine that's been sitting there waiting for the same exact part for the same recall for 8 months, and the part hasn't showed up yet. And I'm not going 8 months without a bike. Like, I love this bike to death, but every time I've ever had to service this bike, it's just been miserable to try to get anybody to work on it. I've had bad service experiences, so that was just the nail in the coffin for me. I'm just done with it. So I'm done with the service aspect of it. So I think that I'm going to trade it in on a Aprilia RSV4 1100 factory. They're I think they're beautiful bikes, but I don't want the new one. I don't like the way that the new ones look. I want a 2019 because that's when they came with the matte black and matte gray and the gold brush style wheels. So I think I want that. It's still different. Like, you don't see those ever. So, and that's what I like. I like when I go to things or like rides and stuff, I like having something different. I don't like seeing the same stuff. I don't want the same thing as everybody else. So I've been talking to a dealer about a 1100 factory. They're just kind of being weird, not really replying. They were like, oh yeah, we love your bike, it's beautiful. And then I was like, well, can you give me a price for my bike with the parts on it and without the parts on it? Because I understand that I'm not going to get the same amount of money that I paid for the parts, but I'm also not giving them to the dealer for free. So he was like, well, obviously I don't want you to take the parts off, but I'm not paying for them. I was like, well, then I'm going to take them off. Steve can buy some of them, and honestly, if I'm going to give them to the dealer for free, I'll just give them to him. I'll take his stock parts, put them on here that fit, and give him mine. So we'll see how it goes. But I think the 1100 factory is the move. Like I said, it's different. It sounds super good. I can put the same SC can that I have on this one, and just be different. I just want something different. And I could get another BMW. I was thinking about getting a 23 like Steve's in all black, but I think I just want something different. I don't want to have to do the maintenance. Like, I just had such bad experiences with BMW and doing maintenance on this bike that it's just not even worth it. I just don't even want to do it again. The bike is awesome. This is the best bike, in my opinion, to have. But the service, the way that I've been treated with the service on this bike, I just don't, it makes me not want it. So, oh, also, the Aprilia, I have a dealer, so the closest dealer to get it worked on is an hour from me. The closest dealer to get this bike worked on is about 2.5. So I don't mind riding an hour, getting it serviced, and riding an hour back. That's fine. But I don't really want to ride 2.5 hours there, get a service, ride 2.5 hours back on this bike. So so for general maintenance and things like that, it's going to be closer on the Aprilia for service. Now, if I have a recall or something on that bike that I need to get taken care of, granted, it is a 2019, so it's a low likelihood it still has open recalls. But if I have to take that bike to get a recall done, I will still have to drive about 2.5 hours to get it worked on. So yeah, I think it's the best of both worlds. If I get the Aprilia, I get the matte look that I want, I get the wheels that I like, you know, I'll deck it out like this one, and, you know, I still get the crazy obnoxious sound when I put the exhaust on it. I don't have to drive as far to maintenance it. And it's different. It's a different bike. These BMWs, like Steve said, they're becoming the German Gixxers. So, and I'm not, I love this bike to death, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to have a bike that everybody else has. Or that the up and coming, like everybody that's getting into these bikes and these leader bikes are buying BMWs. And I don't blame them. Like, it's the best bike that I've ever owned. And I would buy another one in a heartbeat. But if I didn't have the experiences that I have had with this one. And I've never seen an 1100 factory in person. Actually, I've seen one at a dealer, but it was in Colorado. So I've never seen an 1100 factory around here. So like I said, I like being different. I like having something that's different. So everything is pointing me towards the Aprilia. I was entertaining the idea of buying an H2, don't get me wrong. But I think for what I do, and like I like to ride every day, we've been riding almost every night, an H2 doesn't make sense. Now maybe one day, maybe I'll buy an 1100 factory, and then maybe one day I'll buy an H2 and I'll have two. But right now, it doesn't make sense. Also, the 1100 factory is cheaper than this bike. It already comes with all kinds of carbon. It has Olin suspension on it. It just seems like a no-brainer to me. Now, I have seen and I've heard of people having battery issues with the 2019s, but I hear once they put a, or I guess it's a fueling issue when you put an exhaust on it, but I guess if you tune it and put an anti-gravity battery on it, it's fine. I think I'm losing my voice from all of the moto vlogging we've been doing lately. Oh yeah! That sound, that's one thing I will miss about this bike that I'm actually excited about if I do get an Aprilia 1100 factory, is the 1100 factory sound insane. There's a reason why they call them the apes. So, I've never heard one in person, like I said, but with the videos that I watch and my knowledge of this bike and recording it, they sound similar. I think the RSV4 is a little bit deeper, but it's still obnoxious. So, I don't think that I will necessarily miss this sound because I'll have that. Like I said from the get-go, this is not going to be a structured video, just like, what, 99% of my other videos. If this bike goes into false neutral, or if I put it into neutral one more time, that's another thing. This bike, when I first got it, I mean, it was fully stock. I bought it brand new off the showroom floor. It didn't have any of these parts on it, and I think if I need to tune it. I think I need to tune it, but sometimes the auto, like when I first bought it, everything was super smooth and super great. I'm not saying it's not smooth now. I mean, compared to other bikes, it is just leaps and bounds above those. But, and I guess I should preface it with, I do have this bike in GP shift, but the shifting into first, coming from second, no matter if it's in GP shift or regular shift, I have a hard time getting it into first. It just always wants to go into neutral, and I'm kicking the shifter, and you have to be right in the right RPMs now. Back when I first got it, it just worked. Like the auto blipper just would shift down. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, if it's user error or what, but it always wants to go into neutral now, and it seems like it's getting worse. And I thought about getting the I forget what it's called. It's the Alpha Racing quick shifter, and then tuning it and seeing how that works. But if I have to wait 8 months for a recall to get fixed on this bike, I'm not spending all that money on this. I'll put that towards the next one and just deck it out. Proud Mary's is bumping again. This, you could come down here before, like before EKU came back in UK, you could come and just get in and sit wherever you wanted to, and now that all these college kids are back, it's always packed. It's a cool hot rod. Looks like a Hot Wheel. Look at that guy. See, it just goes into neutral. What are you doing? I've never seen them park that far though. That's wild. Also, I've never seen this house or this thing. Looks like a little old convenience store. Yeah, so as you can tell, maybe I'm a little bit wired. Like, I went home earlier after it started raining, after Cars and Coffee, and like I said in the last video, I didn't get much sleep last night prepping for Cars and Coffee and doing other things. So I woke up, we went to Cars and Coffee, and then when I got home today, I was tired, and I laid on the couch for a minute with my girlfriend, and then we just kind of took a nap, and then I woke up and I was like groggy and stuff, and then I made myself we have an espresso machine that, let me back up. I went to South Korea for work in, I think, August of last year, and while I was there, they have energy drinks, but I didn't really, you know, the people that I was with over there aren't really going to look for energy drinks. They were a bunch of, you know, business people. So they want coffee is what I'm trying to get at. So I just started drinking espresso, and in South Korea, espresso is super popular. So I would get an espresso every morning, and then we'd go to work. So anyway, so I'd get an espresso. So I got hooked on them. So when I got home, I got some recognition for going to South Korea and helping them with their measurement systems and stuff. So I could get an espresso machine for free. So I bought a bevel, whatever it's called. It's a really nice espresso machine, and so I made an espresso before, right now, like before, I literally drank the espresso, messaged Steve, was like, you want to ride? And then, yeah, here we are. So the espresso's hitting, but I was so groggy, I was like, I need something, and I don't want to drink an energy drink at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So I made an espresso at like 5. And yeah, espresso is so good though. If you guys don't have, I know they're super expensive, but if you can get one and make your espresso at home, it puts Starbucks and everybody else to shame. Just like it grinds up the beans and then it extracts it. It's just, there's nothing like it. It's so good. I know I probably talked a lot about it in the last video, which I don't know how much I'll include of it, but it was supposed to rain this afternoon and all night pretty much, and it's sunny right now. So, and then earlier when it wasn't supposed to rain, it did, which makes 0 sense to me, but somebody had something backwards. But I'm glad it's not raining now. We can ride this afternoon and a little bit into the night, get some more content, and just get out of the house, man. It's nice. I should have tried to put my regular filter on today and film. I wish I would have. I'll try that next time. For like this time when it's sunset and then we're gonna ride during the night a little bit, I need to put my normal GoPro filter on instead of an ND. Because the nighttime footage, actually, I was really surprised with how it came out. But I accidentally deleted all of my nighttime settings off the GoPro, so I need to re-enter those and then try it with the normal filter. Yesterday when we rode through here, once we got into Lexington, we saw a ton of bikes. Like, I think everybody it's just so nice out that everybody's out riding, so I wonder if we're gonna see any of our buddies up here riding. Because, like, I don't know about other communities, but the bike community is very weird in that people will just go ride and not tell anybody, and then be like, they'll be out for hours, and then they'll text and be like, hey, anybody want to ride? And then they'll go home. It's like, or they won't text back for 3 days, or it just makes no sense. And maybe it's just like not everybody wants to ride in a big group. So like now, I like riding either by myself or with Steve or with my dad. I don't like riding in big crazy groups all the time. I mean, every now and then I'll sit in the back and film, but there's just too many, I don't want to say it, there's too many idiots. I just like to cruise and look around and talk, and you know, they want to go 180 miles an hour the whole time, and it's like, I'm not into that. I'm telling you, these videos and stuff don't do this exhaust justice. It is absolutely ridiculous. I'm in 5th gear right now, and I'm at 4,000 RPM, and it's popping, and I'm yelling over it so I can hear myself. A lot of people, when I go by them, either close their window or cover their ear. Which I understand, but I have it more so, well, I can't say that. Part of the reason that I have it is, A, because I love this exhaust. It looks really good in the bluing and the purpling of the exhaust because it's full titanium. And the SC Projects can is carbon, which matches the rest of the bike. The other reason I have it is for safety. Like, people hear me coming and they hear me around them, so they're less likely to just dart out or do something stupid because they don't hear me. Steve looks like he's in the zone, man. I wonder what music he listens to, because look at him jamming. Because I listen to some crazy stuff, man. I'll have to ask him what he listens to, because I'm curious. Oh, that's a nice fence. I really like that fence. I wish we could have fences like that in my neighborhood. My neighborhood doesn't allow privacy fences like that. They have to be the link, chain link. It's not chain link, but it's like the link cross diamond pattern style. I feel like we've been riding through here a lot lately. I'm gonna have to change it up, change the route up. I just like going up through here and riding, and then riding New Circle and finding different places to take videos and stuff. This guy looks like he is out here ready to just steal your mom. Look at that bag. That dude is a big boy. He don't give a shit. He's out here just ready to steal your mother. I'm gonna get an energy drink and not sleep tonight. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be up editing all these videos. I'll show you some buns. I like my women like I like my chewing gum. Bubblicious. Raining on your